when I grew up, history was one of my favorite subjects in school. I had a teacher in high school who would often use these words. He would say, "Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it." And I feel that as we, as a Congress, move forward as a body to try to encapsulate what the Trump administration is doing, that it's important that we also look back. I think you did a great job in your opening statement kind of talking about many of the actions that you described of the prior administration that you said unleashed an open border agenda. You mentioned the stopping of the construction of the border wall, the ending Remain in Mexico, the mass parole by the use of the CBP One app. You talked about NGOs and how the prior administration built an infrastructure that facilitated illegal immigration. And so I would ask if just for a moment, if you would talk about these policies and the other failed policies of the administration and the impact that it has had on all law-abiding American citizens.
Yes, thank you. I'd say the Biden administration used a few particular tools to carry this out. I talked a little bit about asylum fraud, encouraging people to come here and apply for asylum, even though we knew that so many people aren't ultimately eligible for it, as well as parole. Parole is something that is in the immigration statute, but pre the Biden administration, it was very rarely used. And the point of it is if someone doesn't have time to go through the visa process or the refugee program, but need to come here temporarily on a case-by-case basis for urgent humanitarian need or in the significant public interest. The classic example is someone coming from surgery who doesn't have time to get a visa. And for that reason, I believe that is why Congress did not authorize work authorization for parole, and yet Secretary Mayorkas granted work authorization for the parolees. We talked about the use of the NGOs, truly an arm of the government to carry this out. And DOJ has revealed the billions of dollars that have gone out through various departments to execute this.
Ms. Reeves, let me ask you, did the combination of the policies of the Biden administration, did it make America more safe or less safe?
Less safe.
Mr. Anfinson, I want to ask you a couple questions. First, thank you for your service. I had a chance to visit with you a few minutes before the hearing. You actually shared with me a story that in the sector that you are assigned to, Del Rio, that back in September of 2021, that there will actually on one given day in a single sector, there were 15,000 encounters that day. More than the entire month of February along the entire southwest border. We've seen with the policies implemented by the Trump administration, just over 11,000 total encounters on the southwest border. You were telling me that you had 15,000 encounters on a given day just in a single sector along the southwest border. Is that correct?
That's correct. We had what's been deemed the Haitian migrant crisis in Del Rio. Essentially, almost 30,000 people crossed over the span of about a week and a half, and the high water mark for one day was about 15,000 people below the Del Rio port of entry and in the brush to the left and right of it. So it was we've never seen anything like that before.
Let me ask you about current morale. There was a statement issued in one of the opening statements, and I don't recall by Mr. Correa or Mr. Thompson, that the morale of the Border Patrol agents was low. How would you contrast the morale of the Border Patrol agents today versus the morale under the Biden administration?
Complete 180-degree change. We're able to do our job again. We want to work. There's a lot of people bashing federal employees these days. We want to work. It's a very difficult job, and we want to be out there, and we're finally able to do it.
And one final question, and I'll ask each of the witnesses just to answer yes or no, because my time is quickly expiring. It's been reported that there are roughly 1.5 million individuals who have final orders of removal that are currently at large within the United States. So that means that they've been through the process, their claims have been denied, and that a magistrate or a judge has issued a final order of removal for those individuals. And so my question is, should we be enforcing those orders of removal? Ms. Reese?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Yes.
Anfinson?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Reichlin Melnick?
It depends on the individual circumstances.
So if a judge orders a person to be removed, we should not enforce the judge's order. Is that your testimony?
Many of those orders were issued in absentia against people who did not receive government notice. In fact, 20% of in absentia orders are later successfully overturned, so I think each individual case is different.
All right, so I'm going to take that as a no.